Good afternoon. It's Saturday. I'm only working a half day at my retail job, which sucks because I need the hours, I need the money. And then another reason it sucks that I just kind of realized when I don't have work, that means I have to think about my feelings and my emotions. And that stuff, that's not always fun. So, alas, here I was this morning and I was pretty melancholy, I guess is a good word for it. Melancholy and just unmotivated, which is, the theme of this video. I'm 38 years old, I'm single, I have really no interest in pursuing women, though I very much find them beautiful and attractive. What's wrong with me? What the fuck is wrong with me? Because, I do find them beautiful and I do like being around them sometimes, but, partially, I believe part of my problem is that I live in Seattle, Washington, which is a very, very progressive area. And unfortunately, the progressive ideology, I believe, is, just very damaging to the individual and collective psyche. And so a lot of the women here are just fucking crazy, which is unfortunate. But, that's their life, this existence. So be it. Trying not to be as judgmental as I used to be. But I just know that there are significant value mismatches with the majority of women here. And so that's one reason I just don't even think about it. I don't even try. Even though I do experience loneliness and I do wish I had someone to spend time with and to do things with and to be a partner with. I feel like that's, for the normal average person, not everyone, and I hate even that I said normal or average, but in general, we'll try to say that union, the union of the divine masculine and the divine feminine, man, that's really should be a goal in life. And I believe that were I to be worthy of a feminine counterpart, I think it would help me elevate in my life. But I just used the word worthy. Somewhere within me, I still don't feel worthy. I mean, to be fair, I live in a minivan. I'm kind of homeless, kind of not. Like, if I wanted to go spend the money, I work 2 jobs, and so I could afford to pay a crap ton of money for a fucking room in a house. But it's not, there's no value in that to me, because then I won't be able to save money and to invest in the land that I have. And so, yeah, that's another big reason I don't really feel worthy of even trying to pursue a woman, is because trying to explain to her I live in a minivan because I'm, paying off a loan that I took out to buy some land. It's just not, I'm not a good place in my life, I guess. And I acknowledge that. So that's one reason. The values mismatch. I don't feel worthy. That's another reason. I guess I should also maybe get my testosterone levels checked. I am 38 and we do live in a very toxic society, physically, mentally, and spiritually. The last few years have been really rough on me in terms of stress. I mean, look at this beard, look at all that gray. Oh man, I should really get my testosterone levels checked, because, maybe they are so low. I mean, I do experience arousal to an extent, but it's not near what it used to be, which is a blessing and a curse, to be honest. There's a whole bit about that in Plato's Republic. What was the character? One of the characters, an older character, Socrates and him sort of have a dialogue about what it feels like to get older, and he talks about how it's nice to not be so driven by the libido, essentially. And I will concede, it is pretty nice. There's a certain level of clarity that comes with substantially reduced, sort of state of arousal, specifically sexual arousal, because arousal can be different. There's different types of arousal, but, so it's nice on one end, but on the other end, I'm missing out. And I know what I'm missing out on because I have had relationships. In my 20s, I dated a lot. In my 20s, I was a Lothario, might be a good word for it. And the time that I've had, 6-7 years of being single, has been great because it's really allowed me to look at myself and to sort of excavate what I truly want in a partner. Because in my 20s, I was very superficial. I just wanted a baddie, as the kids say, a hottie. A beautiful woman. And I mean, I still want to be physically attracted to my partner, but I didn't think a lot about the virtues that person would possess and how they would complement me and my goals and my mission in life. While at the same time, my mission in life in my 20s was incomplete. I was on sort of the right track, but I feel so much more aligned with a purpose and a direction now than I did back then. And so having that incomplete idea, prevented me from visualizing the perfect partner. And when I say perfect, I don't mean they are perfect as a person, because nobody's perfect, but perfect in that they match me very well. And a big thing that I've been reflecting on is that I want to be seen by my partner, because I don't often feel seen, truly seen. I feel noticed because, I've got wonderful hair and a beard and I'm in decent shape. I feel noticed, but I don't feel seen. There's a big difference in that. And there's a big lesson in there for my future daughter as well, that it's easy to get noticed, but it's very difficult to be seen. And what I mean by that is someone who actually cares to learn about my quirks and my weirdness, and sees it as endearing and interesting and not like annoying. There's a lot of social media couples where like they seem annoyed at each other, and to an extent you are going to annoy your partner, but I don't think that should be like a primary part of your relationship. But again, that's their own life, and maybe that's what they want and what they enjoy. But part of being seen also is, someone who can anticipate me and how they can support me in that sort of anticipatory capacity. For example, I very much like coffee in the morning, and coffee and joints. And so a partner who would take the time to cultivate with me a morning practice of enjoying good coffee and smoking a joint, and who is proactive in that, daily routine that we build together. Someone who sees that that's something I enjoy doing, and, helps. When I say help, I don't want I don't want her to take full responsibility, but it would be really nice if she comes home with these coffee beans, and she's like, hey, I got these coffee beans that are special for this reason. We should try them. And someone who always makes sure we have heavy cream, because I like heavy cream in my coffee. And little things like that. And there's so much more to it, especially as I, continue to cultivate my creative side and my creative process. And I'm rambling at this point. I'll end the video there, but what the fuck is wrong with me? My testosterone might be low, and I'm still not I'm still not as mature as I could and should be. But that's one of my big goals for 2026. So thank you very much for listening. Much love.